What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So today we're going to look at the infrastructure bills, the first infrastructure bill, second infrastructure bill, what happened last week. We'll look at the weekly outline, and then we're going to try to anticipate what's going to be happening in the coming weeks. This is a really important video because there's a lot of stuff that we're going to start hearing, different proposals coming out. So we need to kind of line up everything and see where we've been, see where we're going. That's what we're going to focus on. That check mark signifies that it's me. If you do not see that check mark, it's not me. It's someone trying to impersonate me. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at my illustration here. So I've been using the same illustration. I used it a couple of weeks ago and last week. And I think every week, every Monday, we're going to take a look at this because this kind of will set us up for the week when it comes to what to anticipate. So the first thing we need to look at is what has happened so far. So far we had the Senate pass the first infrastructure bill, okay, and that budget resolution bill. That's what we were waiting for the Senate to move on that. They actually moved on it a few weeks back. And then we just saw last week the House return, and when the House returned on the 23rd, they went ahead and voted on that budget resolution bill. Now, we didn't know exactly how this was going to happen because they were going to be debating that first infrastructure bill. And we had those 9 moderate Democrats who didn't want to move forward with the second infrastructure bill until they addressed the first infrastructure bill. But they did come to an agreement. And so that is good. September 27th is that deadline date now for the first infrastructure bill as well as the second infrastructure bill. So that's what we're looking at right now. Currently, Congress is on recess. They will not return until September 20th. Well, they'll all return September 20th. The Senate will return 1 week earlier, and then the House will return the week of the 20th. So they'll all be in Congress at that time. Now, that's important because once they return, that's when they're going to have to start taking up these bills. Now, the important thing is both chambers will be back on September 20th. So what that will mean is they're only going to have 7 days working together, 7 days to get these bills through. In all honesty, I don't think Congress will be able to get this done in 7 days. I mean, we see how Congress works. We see how slow they are. So it's going to be surprising to me if they get this done in 7 days. Now, the 27th is on a Monday, which means that usually what they'll say is, okay, we're going to work over the weekend and try to get this done. And they'll probably push it off until the end of the week before they get this done. That's just my opinion when it comes down to just seeing what's happened in the past when it comes to Congress and how fast they move on these bills. But nonetheless, the 27th is the date. So some other things that we need to talk about. Social Security Administration will decide on COLA. That will be in October. So we have to stay tuned for that. And then we have these 2 months, November and December, where it's pretty much going to be open as far as we don't know what's going to happen. We don't have anything that they've been talking about. Politicians haven't really been talking about any bills that they're trying to push through. We know the voter rights bill, they were going to try to push that through. The House did. Now it's in the Senate. It looks like the Senate is not going to move forward when it comes to the voter rights bill. So that doesn't look like it's going to go anywhere. And so that's pretty much it. That's where we are when it comes to the activity. Now, the proposals. We need to start hearing more proposals, and that's what we're listening for. We're listening for the Progressive Caucus to start coming out and saying, okay, we need to start moving forward with some of the things that they've been talking about over the last few months. They've been talking about different things like the raise for Social Security. They've been talking about stimulus checks. Although they haven't been talking about it recently, they were talking about it earlier this year. What happened to that? Is the Progressive Caucus going to start talking more about these things? Are these going to be proposals that we see in the future? So that's what we're really focused on. What's coming out of the Progressive Caucus? We did see Bernie Sanders speak last week. He did talk about vision, hearing, dental. So we heard him talk about some of those things when it comes to Medicare. We also heard him talk about lowering that age to 60 when it comes to Medicare. So he's talking about some of these different things that we've heard over the months, but we're not hearing any of the other politicians coming out, any of the other caucus members come out and say, look, this is what we need. This is where we need to go when it comes to this second infrastructure bill. That's what we're focused on right now. First infrastructure bill, the Senate passed it. Looks like the House is not going to make any changes to it. They're just waiting to move with the second infrastructure bill. And so that's what we need to be focused on. That's where we're going to see these different proposals come out. So if you guys have any questions, post them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the